Hello, my name is Alyssa Scherlin, and I work with men's and women's rugby, men's volleyball, women's lacrosse, and field hockey.
How did you first get into athletic training as a career path?
I first started off by being an athlete myself and also just wanting to continue to be in this athletic environment, but also wanting to find a passion for my medical aspect of my life. So I felt that athletic training was the best mix for both athletics and medical.
What sports did you play when you were younger, and do you still play now?
I grew up dancing, and then I also played basketball and softball. And then while at Springfield College, I did play a little bit of rugby. The only sport I do play on my own time occasionally is basketball, but I have thought about getting back into rugby.
You had a chance while you were doing the academic portion of your career to travel outside the U.S., the Sports Travel Academy in Dublin, Ireland. What was that experience like for you? Maybe what's the most important thing you learned from it?
Honestly, that experience was very eye-opening because it just showed me that athletic training can also be used outside of the United States. It's just called a different name. And it just showed that we have similar aspects of how we treat the patient. They just might use different aspects that we might not use most of the time, and also just learning the different aspects of their healthcare and just knowing that potentially there could be jobs out there for athletic trainers as well outside of the United States.
You also worked in professional sports, Major League Rugby, with the Chicago Hounds. How did that experience shape you as an athletic trainer?
Honestly, it just reaffirmed my goals and my aspirations to be an athletic trainer within the rugby atmosphere. It just showed how much of just like rugby is a culture and a team sport, and just like the environment that you have is not only one person, but it is for the team. And then just learning so much just on the medical side, just like having the ins and outs of rugby AT, because handling a rugby athlete is going to be way different than how I handle like my men's volleyball athletes kind of thing.
What made you decide to apply for the job at AIC?
I wanted to apply to AIC, one because of Rob Kearney. He was actually one of my preceptors during my academic career at athletic training. So I got the opportunity to already learn under him when he was an athletic trainer, and just having him as a mentor just showed me how much he cares about his staff and just how much he cares and wants other people to grow around him. And he just was one of the major reasons why I decided to come here, because he was the one person that I knew still in the area at AIC.
What's it like working for Rob with him being the athletic director, and obviously you knew him, but also just having an AD who has an athletic training background and actually understands what you all are going through on a day-to-day?
I think it gives us another major voice of advocacy. I think one of the major things of athletic training is just like not only advocating for ourselves, but advocating for like exposure and people understanding what we actually do and what we do to help our athletes. And I feel that having our AD as an athletic trainer or a past athletic trainer really helps us and gets us the advocacy that we need, and to show people that we do a lot around here and that we could have some help and it would be beneficial.
What is your favorite part of the job?
Honestly, my favorite part is probably just seeing my athletes every single day and just learning all that they would like to tell me, and just being able to create those relationships and build off of them day to day, not only with my athletes but also with my coworkers.
You came here in part for rugby, and your first year with the rugby program, you got a chance to win a championship. What was that experience like for you, especially being on the field for that, to be able to be part of a championship team?
Honestly, it was a great experience. It was really great to just be able to be on that journey with the girls with them, and being able to see all their hard work pay off in like such a great way of getting that championship again.
If somebody came to you and said to you, I'm thinking about getting into athletic training as a career, what advice would you give them?
I would say my biggest piece of advice is that networking and building relationships is the biggest most important aspect, I believe, of athletic training. Building those relationships not only can give you those jobs, but also can just make your work life even better if you have those good relationships, not only with your athletes, but your coworkers, like the strength staff, like the administration, and also just your fellow ATs.